Somewhere around here, I have an ultrasonic cleaner. I have no idea where it is. I really don't know what I did with it. It's annoying that I can't find it, but I'm going to try to find my ultrasonic cleaner. And I'm going to put all these parts in the ultrasonic cleaner with just some Dawn detergent. That shouldn't hurt any of the seals or anything like that. It won't dry them out. And I'm going to try to clean this up because I don't think this is in terrible shape. There's some stuff on here that's, it's going to come off. So I think I can clean these parts, get everything cleaned up good enough to where I think this will be fine. The thing I'm worried about is what's in the actual master cylinder, and I cannot get this tank off. I'm worried that I'll break it or damage something. So if I'm trying to save this thing and clean it up and whatever, then I don't want to break it. I know you can just buy these tanks, so I'm going to go look up and see if there's some secret to getting this off. And then yeah, I can see more seals down there, so I definitely don't want to use brake clean or anything on this. I was hoping just to do that somewhat in here, but I don't even know if that's going to work. I think the ultrasonic cleaner is the way to go. Look, I found it. Yes, it was right where I put it. Who would have figured? I got a little bit of soap in there. Just going to fill this with some hot water. It's not going to completely cover this entirely, so I'll probably do 10 minutes and then flip it over and do another 10 minutes. Maybe not. Go right up to the max line, which is about right there. Let's go for it. So I was able to get the tank off finally. Seems like it's getting pretty clean. I've put quite a bit of time into it already, so I don't know how much more. I think I'll give it another couple minutes. I think this is done though. I think this is worth it. I mean, it's work, but a little bit of peace of mind. I'm glad I got these parts off. I was able to get in here and clean them out. Aha! Okay. There we go. That's what I really wanted. Yes, is back there. And stop. 15. Straight up. It's going. Step back. So, okay. Okay. Good gear. Okay. So, good gear. Yeah. There you go. Okay, we're enough on the other. There you go. Alright. That's around. Straight. Go. Step down. Go. I think we're set. Looks a lot better than it did, that's for sure. I'm pretty happy with that. Worst case scenario, I gotta buy a new one. And if I have to buy a new one, at least I gave this an effort. I'm gonna let this dry out overnight, but there you go. Cleaned up. Just checking for leaks. Okay. Now we got to fill the master cylinder, so I'm going to go pump the brakes here. All right, we're moving along pretty well here, but this is what happens when you don't pay attention. I had the fluid extractor hooked up here, and I thought I had it turned on, and I wanted to pump the brakes up at the front to build some pressure, because I wasn't sure if I was just sucking air through the device, and it was just, you know, I couldn't really tell what was going on. So it's trying to build some pressure. I had it closed, so when I pumped the brakes, it just fired off the fluid extractor, and I made a mess here. I'm going to keep going with it. That one's actually completely bled now. I'm going to work on this side next, and then we'll go over to the passenger front, and then we'll finish up here. I'll bring it back when I get to this one. I've gone around and got, I think, all the air out, but I'm going to go around one more time. Actually, I'll probably go around a couple more times, you know, pump the brakes, make sure these calipers are all the way extended. They feel like they are. So yeah, I'll crack these one more time, starting over there, that one, and then those. These are the last original parts to put on. This is for the sway bar. So I got the bushings in the back. Let's get this installed. As soon as that's done, we got the steering linkage to put in, and then we're done. I think it goes this way. Yeah. Loctite. Blue silicone gasket maker. Okay, these are all finger tight. So what we're gonna do is you let this set for an hour and then we'll come back and torque it. I don't know if this is a pro tip or not, but one of the things I like to do is, you know, when you cut these tips off these little dispenser things, most people just cut the tip off and they throw this away, but I like to keep it because then you can just use it to cap the end, and then that's it. Cool. The saga continues. So last night I ended up getting the differential cover put on. Made a mess. Yeah, it's all right. The main saga I have right now is that I have a spongy brake pedal. Now, I kind of anticipated this, but I failed to recognize one thing, and that is that this truck is equipped with ABS. You can probably see it down there, way down there. Normally, if you are just going to redo these calipers, or if you're, you know, doing these brake cables and stuff like that, what you really want to do is up here on the master cylinder, it's probably a good idea when you take these off to cap them off so that you can't draw air into the cylinder. I didn't do that, so I basically drained the whole system out through the master cylinder, and by doing that I introduced air into the ABS module. So now I need to evacuate the air from the ABS module. Now, in order to do that, normally you would take it to a shop, they would hook up a scan tool. There's a scan tool function in there that you can actually actuate the ABS module, and that will purge the air from it. The other way you can do it is you can drive the vehicle on dirt road or ice or something like that, where you can jam on the brakes and it'll activate the ABS, and that will purge the air. But of course you don't want to go too far. You want to be kind of near where you're going to be able to bleed this out again, because once you purge the air from the ABS, it dumps the air into the brake lines and then you have to purge it. So basically what you want to do is you purge all the air from the brake lines, you cycle the ABS module a couple times, you purge it again, and you kind of repeat that until you just get no air and you've got a solid brake pedal. So I've purged all the air out of the lines. I confirmed that a couple times. I went around 3 or 4 times. I actually lost count, and purged all the air. You saw where I made a mess down there. Still haven't cleaned that up totally. However, I don't have the scan tool. So the other way some people have shown is that if you have your vehicle up on jack stands, you can start the engine and get the wheels rolling and just jam on the brakes, and that stops the wheel instantly, which triggers the ABS module thinking that you're on a slick surface. The only ones I've ever seen where that actually works, or at least in theory, in principle works, is that if the truck has 4-wheel drive. So you would put it in 4-wheel drive so all 4 wheels are moving, then you jam on the brakes, all 4 wheels stop, ABS module gets triggered. You can do that a couple times and purge the air out. This van is 2-wheel drive only, so I'm not sure if that method will work because only the rear wheels will be moving, not the front, and I'm not sure if that's enough to trigger the ABS module. So I'm gonna try it and we'll see if I can hear the ABS module work. If I do, I should feel it in the pedal also, and if that happens, I can probably purge this as is. If that doesn't work, I'll probably end up buying a scan tool. There's a specific scan tool that I found that will work on this van, supposedly. I'm not going to do that until later because there's no diff fluid in the differential, and I need to wait for that to cure for a few more hours. Later this evening, I will fill the differential fluid. We'll get the van started up. I'll get the wheels rolling, and we'll see if we can activate the ABS pump. That would be the easiest, cheapest route to go. Since I already have it up on the jack stands, why not give that a try? Oh, I almost forgot. So, yet more shenanigans with this stuff. When I unboxed the new steering linkage, I discovered that it didn't come with these adjustment sleeves. It's like, all right, whatever, I'll just take these existing ones off and I'll clean them up and everything, but they are just so crusty. This bolt won't come out. Over here, this nut got stripped and it was already mangled. This whole thing is twisted. I don't even know what's going on here. These threads look okay, but basically I'm just going to use this as a reference. That's what I really intended on doing anyway. So I'm delayed again until tomorrow. I ended up buying some new adjustment sleeves here. So something I could have revealed many months ago. So kind of a stupid error on my part. I mean, in this case, it doesn't really matter to me. It only delayed me another day, maybe 2 days, and I'm not in a rush to get this van done, but I want to get it done. I want to drive it. So there we go. Okay, yeah, we tried our little trick here, and as I thought, this is not going to, the way that we're doing it here is not going to trigger the ABS pump because the front wheels aren't moving. So unfortunately, that means I gotta hold off on this another day. I'm going to order the scan tool. I really don't want to because it's like the only thing I need for this, but at the same time, I'm not really sure what else I can do here. I also noticed I need to tighten this side of the brake, the parking brake over here. I'm not sure why it's hesitating there on the turn. I noticed that from the other side is fine, but this side for some reason is almost like this axle is bent. And I can't quite tell. The rotor, like when I'm looking at the edge here as it turns, it looks like it's turning true. I don't see any up and down or side to side moment which would indicate that this is bent. I mean, this could be off center because this is just casts, And that might be what I'm seeing, but I don't understand why it's grabbing periodically. It could just, these rotors might not be completely true. I don't know. Anyway, I gotta burnish those in, so I don't want to do too much more of that. Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna buy the scan tool. We'll come back to this when I get that.